Hello there. How are you today? I hope that this finds you well and wonderful. I know it's been an extremely long time since I've updated, and I feel terrible for letting it go this long. I've been trying to get this video out to you all for a very long time, longer than I would like to even admit to myself. It just seems like there's been one thing after another, getting in the way of me being able to find the time to not only sit down and record, but do a lot of the editing, which takes longer than the recording usually. I wanted to prepare for this video, and I thought a lot about what I wanted to say, but then it just came down to me, having this time to sit down here and do this, so I hopefully won't be too incoherent, but I make no promises. So, I guess before I start telling you, or I guess updating you, giving you guys an idea of what's been going on, I think it's been almost a year now, so, which is really hard for me to believe. The time just flies by, and it's kind of scary. But I guess I'll start back a year ago, around the time I last uploaded a video. There's probably going to be a few things in this video that are not that relaxing to hear about. And so I just want to, this video might not be relaxing at all, so I guess just fair warning about that. But about a year ago, I was really busy with work and school. I have to go to conferences. We'll talk about this more later, but I have a new recording room, and it's right next to the neighbor's air conditioning unit, so you'll probably be hearing that kicking on and off. But anyway, I have to go to conferences and present papers, and it's probably one of the things I hate most in what I have to do. It's funny because I love performing. Like, I love being on stage and, being an opera singer, you perform all the time. But it's very different, I feel like, than public speaking, which is like more extemporaneous when you're, doing a presentation. I mean, you practice it and stuff, but it's not the same kind of practicing that you do with music, where it's completely set in stone and you're trying to get every little detail perfect, and you there's you're trying to eliminate any kind of, I guess, unexpected influence, or you're trying to get it completely rote and it's the way it is, and you practice it, and anyway. But presenting papers has to be more kind of like conversational and off the cuff, and it just never feels, it freaks me out, basically. I had a traumatic experience with it in undergraduate with the professor who was really mean to me, which sounds ridiculous, but anyway, and he kind of scarred me for life about presenting in front of, academic work for people. But anyway, so I had a ton of conferences that I had to do last spring, and it was extremely stressful for me. And a couple of them didn't go so well, which now is funny, but at the time I was, anyway. But I've actually gotten much better at it in the last year, which is good. But I was really stressed out about it in the last spring. And then, so I was doing a lot of that, and I was traveling a lot, because, the conferences are typically basically you have to go out of town, sometimes pretty far away. And then we had something happen at work, which was it was a hard time for all of us. One of the people that I've been working with, or I guess I was working with, and who had been in, my doctoral program basically since I had started. They worked, their desk was right next to mine. They passed away very suddenly, and it was, I don't know, it was extremely sudden, and it hit us really very hard. This person was just they really brought a lot of life into our department, and having them not be there anymore after working so closely and getting to know them for several years now, becoming friends and colleagues, was just really hard to go through. And it ended up impacting me a lot, and I just started to think about, I guess, my life. And it sounds cliche, I guess, but you just think, what are we doing? What am I doing here? And I was doing so many things, trying to juggle so many, having so many spinning plates with work and school, and then outside activities, trying to have a life, which is always so easy when you're in a doctoral program. And then these videos, and trying to maintain, some kind of singing. It was just, it was a lot. And I felt like I hadn't really been taking care of myself, I guess, enough. And life just seemed so fragile, and I thought I really needed to take some time for myself. And so I did. During the summer, I just didn't work, and I went kind of and had a vacation for about 4.5 weeks almost. I was literally in the country where there's really not even very good Wi-Fi or, phone signal. I kind of put off working on, a lot of things, for school and stuff. And I hadn't done it. I hadn't had any kind of break like that in years. It had been, I just had kept going and going, and it just, I guess, was catching up with me. And it just seemed like I needed to take a beat, take some time and reevaluate what I was doing. Around the same time, actually, too, I was starting to have some differences of opinion with my advisor. This was last spring, about my dissertation, and so I ended up having to switch dissertation advisors, which kind of had, not starting over, but your dissertation advisor kind of is the person that guides you through the process and sort of tells you what to do in a way. So when you switch, it has an effect on your research, and you have to get to know each other again. And that was kind of, it took a while, and my research kind of, I don't want to say backpedaled, but, it kind of, there was a bit of a hiatus in progress, I guess. And so this was, I guess, March and April. And then May was when I mid-May, I just kind of said I'm taking a break, and I did for a lot of the summer. I didn't do a lot of work for school. I just took some time. And so when I came back in the fall, it was kind of, well, I had done a lot of thinking, and I kind of realized that academics is just really, this is, not that I don't know, not that I regret doing this program, but I don't know if it was exactly the right choice for me. And I think that was something that I had kind of known for a while, but I was trying not to I guess admit to myself in a way. I don't know, but I'm just not, I don't enjoy academic writing, and I don't enjoy conferences, and I just don't think that maybe this was what I should have done. But anyway, I'm doing it, and I'm going to finish it because I'm so close to being done. So anyway, but yeah, so coming back and having to get back into the groove of, writing again, and just, I guess, going back, it was bumpy, I guess. And so it took me a little bit to get back into, the swing of things. And I don't know, it just seemed like the fall semester flew by. I don't know where it went. And I was doing more conferences, and a couple more in the fall as well. So just, traveling and trying to get things done. I really should have prepared more for this. But when I got back in the fall, also a couple other things happened unexpectedly that caused some issues with getting anything done. One was that when I started this channel, I was using a laptop that was pretty old and just underpowered in general to do the kind of video editing that these require. And so I guess it was, well, I got it, I guess, November of 2016. So, and I did an update for most of 2017, which is just crazy. But, so I bought this computer, and I honestly spent a ton of money on it. I was thinking of getting, this great machine that will just last me for 6-7 years, because it's, basically the, some of the best stuff you can, get in a laptop right now. And it was an investment, and so I was thinking, it would be a great thing for this channel, and also because, like I said, I would do freelance stuff in graphic design, and so I just thought it would be great for my business and for this channel. And so the computer has been a huge issue. I got a ridiculous lemon computer. I literally used it a few times. I did some website stuff, and I literally made 4 or 5 videos completely, or however many I uploaded between November when I got it and when I uploaded my last video in 2017. And then over the summer, literally, I just left the computer at home because it's not one that I wanted to, travel with. So it was literally just sitting plugged in for months and not being used. But when I got back in the fall to get back into things, the computer was completely just screwed up. It had a kernel panic for no reason, honestly. It threw some warning errors, and I tried to start in safe mode, and it wouldn't boot in safe mode. It was a logic board issue, which, well, it was a logic board and hard drive issue, honestly. It was hard drive failure as well. But, well, anyway, it's a long story. It's really not that interesting. But I had, like an idiot, believed it was, this new computer, and so I, hadn't backed it up, and I know it's totally my fault. But literally, I honestly had never had that happen to me before. I know, and that's what they were, all the people that helped me with it were like, well, it's always the thing that doesn't happen until it happens. And I know, I was like, I know. So anyway, long story short, the computer took months to get fixed because I have a warranty on it, but I refused to let, basically the warranty was going to just replace the parts. And I had I literally had like 20 videos recorded that I just refused to let go of. And so I had to take it to a couple places to try to get the data off the machine before I was able to send it in for repair. And I actually had to send it in twice for repair because the first time I sent it, they didn't do it properly, and it failed again. And I ended up losing a couple because I had finally gotten it, because this was in the beginning of September when I realized it was screwed up. And it was basically all of September and October trying to get the data off of the machine and get it fixed properly. The first time, fixed properly. And then I started in November making some Christmas videos. And those ended up getting lost. Although I have some really old Christmas videos that I do have. It's a complete mess. But anyway, the computer was screwed up, and the hard drive and the logic board are working now, but I'm having issues with the USB ports, not recognizing things. I mean, literally, this computer has been a huge problem, and I don't know. I no longer trust this machine whatsoever. I don't want to send it bad vibes because it's recording right now. I look at it. Hopefully it doesn't get angry with my trash talking, anthropomorphizing machines. Anyway, but that was a huge hassle. And then in November, the people that I was living with, I was having some living arrangement issues, I guess. The girl I moved in with was she was a graduate student like me, and we met each other at school, and we were friends, and then we moved in together, and in the beginning it was fine, but then the way roommate situations work, things don't always work out perfectly, and she ended up being a little bit less stable. Well, she just did things that were just unbelievably amoral. I mean, just complete lack of any kind of, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it, but we ended up not having the best time living together. And so she was also engaged, and about, I guess, maybe 9 months or so before, well, I'm telling you the details without telling what happened. She basically left, like, suddenly. And so, but to rewind a little bit, about 9 months or so before they moved out in November, she asked me if, her boyfriend could move in, or fiance or whatever. And so I was thinking, that it was fine. And I actually liked her fiance. I thought he was fine. He was a cool dude. So we got along fine. But it basically, when they were both living in here together with me, the finances were split 3 ways. And so when they left suddenly in November, it was like all of a sudden, financial just tidal wave, I guess, in a way, unexpected, because literally it was like 2 or 3 days before October 31st, like Halloween or whatever, and they're like, oh, by the way, if we're going to be moving out, November will be the last month that, we're going to be living there. And so it was just really sudden. And so I had to scramble a little bit that way, and it just moving, like I've moved a lot in my life. And so I think any kind of moving kind of gives me anxiety in a way, because I've done it, like I've moved so many times in my life, and like I'm a nester, and so like their chaos of leaving, which took them weeks because they probably just wanted to irritate me, but just getting them out of the house and then getting myself like resituated in the house. So when I mentioned earlier the neighbor's air conditioning, I mentioned that because I have a new filming room, and so it'll probably make the cars going by much better than it used to be. But now I'm like right next to my neighbor's air conditioning, so I think it's not as loud as the cars, but I used to have, you'll probably still hear the cars because we're not that far away from where I was. But anyway, it's a much better situation for me because I can literally just leave my recording equipment set up all the time now. And it's hopefully going to help me just be able to come into this room and record whenever I want to, or whenever I have time. And hopefully I'm going to be staying in this apartment, but I'm not 100% sure either. So I would also like to give you guys, and this is something I know that I have been requested to do, like room tours and things like that. So I would like to give you a tour of my room and I guess the rest of the house now, although I don't have much in the rest of the house yet, I'll be honest. It was the way we were living. I'll just explain it, I guess, when I finally do the tour or whatever, but the house is pretty evenly divided up space-wise, other than the kitchen, which is another story. But so like their part of the house like was full of their crap, and then my stuff was, and when I say full, I literally, like, they were hoarders. Like, my friends would come over and they were like, what is going on in this place? I wish I had taken photos so that I could like show you guys, but they were crazy hoarders anyway. But yeah, so hopefully that room tour or some house-ish whatever tour will also be coming, and I know that was requested a really long time ago, so hopefully they're still out there watching so I can finally get that one done. But anyway, so I ended up having a couple of health issues as well in the early winter, I guess December and January. I got sick, and then I had this horrible fall, which was, I like face planted all of a sudden, and I screwed up my ankle and was kind of out of commission, and my back ended up going out. It was a fiasco. So that kind of put another, I guess, wrinkle in things. And then now it's April somehow, and I'm just trying to finish my dissertation, hopefully by hopefully by the end of summer, but if not, then I'm going to be at peace with graduating in the fall. But yeah, I've missed you guys so much. It's been really hard not to make these videos because honestly, this is what I would rather be doing. Like I said, kind of came to terms with my not really liking doing what I'm doing right now, and so it's made it hard because I feel guilty if I do anything else, because I know I should be doing, publishing articles and, finishing my dissertation. And so if I work on other stuff, then I think, what are you doing? You need to be, doing what you're supposed to be doing. And so I get kind of in this spiral of, I guess, inactivity in a way, because it's like I want to do one thing, but I know I shouldn't do it. I should be doing the thing I don't want to do, and so I get frustrated, and I don't know, and then there's just so much stuff at work to do that kind of gets in the way. And I've taken on a couple projects helping some organizations near where I live build their website, and so some just, freelance stuff, which I get paid for, so that's a little bit easier to justify doing, but I don't know. Anyway, but I would really rather be making these videos than doing almost anything else. This and singing, which are the two things that I'm, just doing because I want to do it now. And so I think in some ways it's taken me so long to get back to it just because I always feel like just finish that one other thing, first, and then, make the video, or then go practice. And so it's just taken a long time, I guess, because it's just been really hard to do what I don't want to do in a way that I know should come first. And that's probably not a good explanation. I don't know. But hopefully you guys understand. I really, like I said, I missed you. I really miss making these videos. They're such a wonderful outlet for me. I get to feel, like I'm doing something I really enjoy, and sharing things that are just, fun hobbies that I have, or just things that I, that I love to wither away time. Is that the correct saying? Anyway, I just enjoy doing, and so it's been hard not to have this, and I hope you guys can forgive me. I'm sure a lot of people are really upset, and I totally understand. It should not have taken me so long to get back to you guys, and I have so many comments that I want to reply to. I have been seeing you guys commenting, and I get I really, I feel really badly for not having responded more often. It's one of those things, again, where I'll open up the, portal where I reply to comments, and I'll see how many there are, and I think, oh God, I just really want to spend a few hours, well, more than a few, really, answering everyone, but there's just so many things that I'm obligated to do, I guess, that get in the way. And so I'm kind of one of those weird all or nothing people, and it's really a problem because, you get less done that way. And so, anyway, but I want to, try to go back and, reply to a lot of the comments that I haven't been able to. So, you might be getting replies from me that are like really long in coming from comments that were, months and months and months ago. So don't be surprised if I randomly reply to you. One of my favorite things about this channel is, getting to talk to you guys and having, the connection, between creator and, you guys is really important to me. And I really struggle with the idea of, just uploading a video, because not having the time to really engage with you all just makes it kind of feel hollow to me. And so I think I wanted to wait until I knew I would have enough time to really get back into it the way I want to do it, I guess. I don't know. I have honestly a lot of videos recorded that just haven't been edited. And so some of them are Sephora unboxings from like 2016. It's really sad. And so you might see some really old, old recorded videos that are just getting uploaded now, finally. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the Sephora plays. I think people really liked them, so I want to keep doing it as long as people are enjoying it. I'll probably end up doing one of the newer boxes that I've gotten more as like, I guess, a review of the whole Sephora Play subscription, because I have a few things to say now after having gotten it for so long. And just more videos, like we were doing, more fashion stuff, obviously. I'm still hopelessly addicted, and with everything that's been happening with Dior, there's just a lot to talk about. Maria Grazia Chiuri has changed a lot, and the saddlebag is back again, and so I'd like to kind of do an update about that. I was also thinking of starting a non-ASMR channel, just because I know a lot of people see the like authentication videos and things like that, and they want something that's not weird and ASMR, and whatever, they want something short, to the point, and that doesn't freak them out. Anyways, chair squeaks when I laugh. Anyway, but what is life without a little weirdness? But yeah, so, and then I have other random stuff that I want to do. I do want to talk more about my research. I know people have asked me for that. I want to do random stuff, like I got super obsessed with the British monarchy for a few weeks. I was thinking I should totally do a video about this. And then, I don't know, just random stuff. Probably I don't know, just stuff to record, I guess. So hopefully I'll be able to get all that done. I'm not going to promise any kind of upload schedule until I'm done with this program. My life is just a constant battle between what I should be doing and what I want to do. And so it's been kind of hard that way. And so trying to say that, I'll maintain some kind of schedule is probably something I should just not do, because it'll most likely not happen the way I want. And I guess also I'm not recording any video for this. What you guys have been watching is one of the things I did over the summer was take a trip back up to Chicago, where I lived for a long time, and I did a lot of singing, and I felt, I guess, in a way I had been kind of losing myself. I've gone through a lot in the last 5 years or so, and it's totally changed my life from the way it used to be. And so redefining who you are, I think, is probably one of the more difficult things that you can do in your life, trying to have an identity shift in a way. And so I just wanted to go back and revisit what I felt rooted me the most, and when I felt the most, I guess, I don't want to say together, but the most whole, you know, like fully human in a way. So the footage is us driving up. I went with a friend of mine, and us driving up there, and I'm not sure how long this is going to be. It seems like all my videos are super long, but I took a lot of footage of just driving around Chicago, and if this doesn't get to the point where we get into the downtown, I'll probably make another video just showing you guys, like, you know, just talking about Chicago maybe, so you guys can see that footage too. But I think driving is really relaxing, so I thought I would use this footage to kind of give you guys the update and talk to you guys about what has been going on. So I guess this is probably most of what I wanted to say. I'm pretty sure I forgot something, or I didn't say something the way I thought I wanted to. But hopefully this explains things a little bit and helps you guys understand some. I know there's really no justification or real explanation for, you know, taking so long to get back to you guys. In a weird way, it seems kind of like when you start one of these channels, it becomes like a, you know, big family in a way. And I think about you guys, you know, that I've known that have commented a lot, and, you know, you guys come to my mind, and I think, you know, how are you doing? And I just hope you guys will forgive the long delay and know that, you know, even if I wasn't uploading, this is honestly really where I wanted to be, and you do mean a lot to me, and I just hope that we can move forward, I guess. It sounds weird, but, you know. Anyway, thank you guys so much, and hopefully this little ramble made some kind of sense. And I really do hope that you all are doing wonderfully. Hopefully.